He said it so naturally that I almost missed it. I see. Her daughter, huh? Her daughter. What does daughter mean again? Daughter, daughter, daughter. Mayuri's daughter. I swallowed my words as best as I could.
本当なのかそれ。
ただ実の子供じゃないらしい。繊細孤児だったのを養子にしたとかなんとか。
A war orphan. I couldn't even imagine what chain of events in the future would bring that about. But it sounded a lot like something Mayuri would do. Even in the worst world line, Mayuri would still know the joy of having a child. Maybe it was wrong, but that still made me feel a little better. But at the same time, I felt a little worried about whether she could raise a kid.
でも変じゃないか。なんでこの時代にマユリの娘が。
鈴葉と一緒に2036年から脱出してきたみたいなんだよ。
なんだって。
ところがさ、ミッションのために1998年の秋葉へ立ち寄って、そこではぐれちゃったって。
Aha, so that's why. So that would mean... So if Kaguri's like, let's say, I don't know, like 10-ish? Somewhere around that young of an age? In 1998, they get separated. Well...
鈴葉は必死になって探したんだけど、見つからなかったらしい。
Okay, so she got stuck in 1998, and then would be, let's say, 12 years older in 2010, which is where this takes place. So she'd be around like 20-ish, 2022, depending on how old she was.
それで1998年に置いてきたのか。
探してる最中、タイムマシンが見つかりそうになったみたいで、かがりを残したままジャンプせざるを得なかったって言ってた。その後は数ヶ月単位の小さな移動を繰り返していろいろ手を尽くしたんだけど、2000年まで進んだところで燃料がギリギリになっちゃって。
で、本来のミッションを果たすために一気に2010年まで飛んだっていうことか。
I finished the sentence and Daro nodded.
けど鈴葉は今に来てからもまだ諦めずにずっと探し続けてるんだよね。つうことで、それとなくマユシに聞いといてくれるかな。
俺が
10年ちょい前に自分と同じくらいの年の子が会いに来なかったかとか。
わかった。聞いてみるよ。
If I could find her, I wanted to. Adopted or not, she was the future Mayuri's daughter. And I felt a little guilty about things with Suzuha. I wanted to help if I could. Just then, the maid brought my coffee. As I drank it, I looked over to Maho's seat. Ferris had barely left her alone for an instant.
これからパンケーキをさらに美味しくする魔法をかけるにゃ。魔法？さあ、マホニャもご一緒に。世界がやばいにゃ陰謀にゃ。普通に食べさせてもらえないかしら。ここではこれが普通にゃ。ではどうぞ召し上がれにゃ。いただきます。マホニャ、垂れるにゃ。蜂蜜が垂れちゃうにゃ。あら。もう赤ちゃんみたいだにゃ。赤ちゃん。
They looked like they were having a good time. Sure. That's a way to put it. I turned back to Daru.
一つ目の話は分かった。で、二つ目ってのは？
これオカリンに聞いていいもんか迷ったんだけど。
なんだ、水臭いな。
やっぱやめた方がいいかな。
He just mumbled to himself and didn't say anything. It was rare for Daru to hesitate like this.
言ってみろよ。 答えたくないと思ったら拒否するから。
じゃあ
His hand went for his smartphone. Huh? Line? Well, let's answer that, I guess. This is about my secret job, so let's use this.
秘密のバイトというと。
Daro cut me off and pointed at my phone. I guess he wanted me to use it. Was this something even more secret than what we just talked about? Secret job? You mean you're hacking? Yeah, basically. It's not all illegal stuff though. I make online systems for manufacturers and banks, build and admin servers, boring things like that. Oh, and I do virus analysis and make security software. There's data recovery. Oh, and making new encryption tech too. Seriously, so like a system engineer. Nothing formal like that. But we got a bit of a reputation. Our group gets jobs from all over the world. I call myself Dash. What's that short for? I can't tell you. Why? Daro and Hishada. Right? That's probably it. I don't think I can help you with that. You were close to Kirisu Makase, right? Huh? What do you mean? I want some help with her. I've hit a dead end with this job I'm doing. A job you're doing? What do you mean?
ごめん。やっぱやめとく。
Daro said that to me directly and was about to put away his phone.
待て待て。ここでやめられたら気になって夜も眠れなくなるだろう。
でも
Does he know about like the Amadeus program or something like that?
かえって辛くなる。
わかったお。
He whispered and sent me another message online. I'm just gonna say line because saying Ryan's a lot more difficult. Someone brought in a laptop and a portable hard drive to us a while back. Both of them have really strong full disk encryption on them and can't be booted without a password. Of course, you can't take the hard drive out and connect it to another PC either. The client hit up a bunch of places with no luck and finally came to us. Is the encryption that strong? I've heard that even full disk encryption can be broken by a pro. Not happening with this one. You know why? We're the ones who made it, baby. Huh? You guys made it, then you can't deal with it yourself? I'm a believer that encryption needs to be a poison without an antidote or there's no point. So you don't know how to break the code, even though you made it. Exactly. If we can break it, then other hackers who are just as good as us can break it too, right? And that's no good, duh. I see. And don't call me a super hacker. I didn't. But what's this got to do with Kirisu? The laptop and hard drive belong to her. So Kirisu's belongings. I wanted to ask Daro directly, but stopped myself. Something seemed weird about the client, so I hit up the PC manufacturer's user registration database. How I did that is a secret, by the way. And I found out it was registered under her name. Same address, too. It's definitely her. Who brought you the computer? Why would they have Kirisu's computer? Sorry, the rules say I can't tell you that. Were they Russian? Huh? Nope. Why Russia? Nakabachi? No, if it's not, then fine. So it'd be like maybe the people who stormed the offices that she used to work at, like with Maho, and took all that stuff. But then the same people who, like Maho said, like weren't actually like who they said they were. So what do you want me to do? I want a hint, man. You know any words that that Kirisu might use for her password? I can't brute force the password, so I have to do it the hard way. I've tried her birthdays, graduation dates and stuff, address and phone too. Not that I can imagine her picking them for her password. Also, any words commonly used in brain science or frequently used in her papers. I've got all that data. Now I'm trying stuff from her private life. It felt like the grave of someone I cared about was being violated. What kind of words did I associate with Kirisu's private life anyway? Kiri Gohan and Kamehameha. Yeah, Dragon Ball stuff. My fork? Or maybe something to do with her dad? I tried to remember more about Kirisu, but when I did, I started to think about her last moments. I quickly shut down that train of thought. I mean, we do have a way to maybe get that answer.
何か思い出したらでいいから。それに強制じゃないし、思い出したけど教えたくないならそれでいい。
I sighed and gulped down my cold coffee.
おかり、今
Now it's Christmas Eve.
パーティーやるって言っておいたよね。ちゃんと覚えてる？
Mayuri's voice sounded really excited.
ああ、もちろん。
Of course she did. Mayuri had spent a lot of time preparing for this day. She was probably really looking forward to it.
どうかな？来られそう？
行くよ。6時からだろ。
今、大学？
いや、和光市。知り合いの教授の研究室みたいなところにお邪魔してる。
へえ、和光市。
She had no idea where Wako City was, did she?
間に合う？
大丈夫だ。
よかった。待ってるね。
Her voice got fainter on the phone for a second, and I heard the other girls.
オカリンさん、女子全員でサンタコスして待ってます。待ってるにゃ。
God.
待ってます。ほら、ルカ君も。僕は女子じゃ。ルカ君もコスプレしてるんですよ。すみません。脱ぎます。今すぐ脱ぎます。あら、もったいない。すごく似合ってるのに。
盛り上がってるな。
That's one way to put it.
今、絶賛準備中なのです。マユシーなんか超ミニスカのサンタさんでめちゃくちゃキュートなんですよ。ちなみにパンツの色はピンクでしたぜ。
Why would you tell a person that?
うぶきちゃん何言ってるの？
Oh.
ごめんね。
I guess that's probably the only way you could, like,
とにかく
react to
待
that.
ってるからね。
あ
それじゃあまた後でね。
Call complete. Sounded like the party had already begun at the lab. With all those girls there, I'm sure they were having a good time. Luca, you're the only guy. Hang in there. I chuckled and put away the phone.
ずいぶん賑やかだったわね。
It was Maho who spoke to me. Actually, only Maho and I were in the
あ、
room.
今日友達とクリスマスパーティーをやる予定なんだ。
I bet we can't talk to... No. And then nothing there.
ああ、そういえばもうそんな時期なのね。
It is that time of the year.
君は
Both here and in, like, actual rally. I mean, this will come out actually after Christmas, but... You know, same time period.
こっちに来てからは特にね。普段はいつもここにいるし、最近会う人といえば警察の人ばかりだし。
I tried to force a laugh at Maho's joke and look around the room. It was dead silent. The exact opposite of the noisy laugh I just heard on the other side of the phone, in fact. Nothing had changed since the first time I'd come, which meant that it was still only Maho and Dr. Leskinen that were working here. And the professor had been meeting with different researchers all the time. Excuse me, since he'd come to Japan, so he wasn't spending much time in the lab. Did that mean Maho was spending most of her time cooped up in here alone? Well, that's normal for a scientist, I guess, but...
よかったらヒアジョさんも参加するか？
After what happened, she probably needed a chance to blow off some steam.
私？気を使わなくていいわ。こうして一人で研究できる方が気が楽なの。人間関係に煩わされずに済むから。
そんなものか。
Kirisu had said similar things. Kirisu, huh?
それより本題に入りましょう。
That's right, I hadn't come all the way to Maho's lab to make small
ク
talk.
リスに謝りたいとさっき言ったわよね。
I mean, we have the phone application still.
そのために私のところに来たと。